This video is proudly sponsored by Golden Wings Studio. Check out their YouTube channel through the link in the description or the first pinned comment. In a recent podcast episode, Joe Rogan hosted Dr. Rick Strassman, and together they discussed biologics and the incredible advancements happening in science and technology today. During their conversation, the topic shifted to the mark of the beast, as described in the Bible, specifically in the book of Revelation. The discussion became even more intriguing as they explored artificial eyes, brain interface chips, and how companies like Neuralink are working to enhance human abilities. These breakthroughs are not just about restoration. They are about superhuman enhancement. Joe Rogan and Dr. Strassman specifically referenced Neuralink's blind sight technology and competing technologies that aim to restore vision and then enhance it beyond natural limits. Imagine a world where a person could zoom in and zoom out with their eyes like a camera phone, see infrared light, or detect radar wavelengths. This was the vision that Elon Musk and others are pursuing. These advancements are nothing short of revolutionary, but they also pose a host of questions for believers. Elon Musk explained on X, "The blind sight device from Neuralink will enable even those who have lost both eyes and their optic nerve to see. Provided the visual cortex is intact, it will even enable those who have been blind from birth to see for the first time. At first, the vision will be low resolution, like Atari graphics, but eventually, it has the potential to be better than natural vision and enable you to see in infrared, ultraviolet, or even radar wavelengths, like Geordie LaForge." Joe Rogan posed an important question.
Do you think that enhancing the human body like this is what the future of humanity holds?
I think it's a stage we'll go through.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm not sure how far along it'll take us. It may just end in our demise. But I think it's a stage that we obviously are passing into now.
Some people think that's the mark of the beast from the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the people that get the chip.
Mm-hmm.
This is indeed true. Many people believe that advancements in technology may represent the early stages of the mark of the beast. It is evident that the future holds technologies capable of transforming humanity forever. Take artificial intelligence, for example. Its creators themselves often admit they do not fully understand how far or advanced it could become.
I'm very close to the cutting edge in AI, and it scares the hell out of me. It's capable of vastly more than almost anyone knows, and the rate of improvement is exponential.
Elon Musk has referred to artificial intelligence as a demon in the past.
With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know all those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon. Didn't work out.
In many ways, these technologies feel like Pandora's box, once opened, impossible to contain. Humanity has always sought to push its boundaries, but these advancements are taking us into a realm where technology intersects with the human body and mind. Such a convergence could easily open the door for the control described in the prophetic warnings of the Bible, specifically in the book of Revelation. The mark of the beast is detailed extensively in the 13th chapter of the book of Revelation. Revelation 13, verses 15 to 17. "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." This passage describes a time when a mark will be required for participation in economic life. However, the mark signifies more than economic control. It signifies allegiance to the Antichrist. It is a declaration of worship. The false prophet, acting as the spokesperson for the Antichrist, will enforce this mark and demand worship.
The mark of the beast, isn't that on the forehead or?
Maybe that's the best spot for it.
It's 666 is the mark of the beast.
Right.
Yeah.
But isn't that like open to interpretation? It's I mean, if you were gonna prophesize about the end of humanity, you'd probably prophesize about someone accepting some sort of a chip in their brain and then everybody being forced to do it, some Matrix type situation. I could see why people would see that this, and it might be just the inevitable transition from biological to cyborg that we're probably going to have to go through anyway.
Well, the end of the world will, at least according to certain traditions, is heralded by the Antichrist, and the Antichrist is the master of the lie.
The Bible specifically mentions the mark being placed on the hand or forehead. While these descriptions seemed mysterious to people for centuries, advancements in brain interface chips and technologies like blind sight now make it easier to imagine how such a system could be implemented. The forehead represents the mind, our thoughts, decisions, and reasoning. Technologies like brain interface chips directly interact with this area, influencing thought and perception. A chip that interacts with the brain could alter how we think, process, and act. It is easy to see why many people have associated these new technologies with the mark of the beast. These advancements do not mean that current technologies are the mark of the beast, but they do illustrate how such a system could evolve. The Bible warns us that this mark will not be accidental. It will require a deliberate choice to worship the Antichrist and align with his system of control. It is possible that the technology we see today represents the early stages of what could eventually be used as the mark of the beast. This is a plausible scenario, although we cannot say for certain at this point. When you consider the capabilities of some of these emerging technologies, it's easy to see how they could become highly appealing and widely accepted. Imagine a world where people with brain interface chips are 10 or even 20 times smarter than those without them. Imagine a world where these chips give individuals instant access to all the knowledge on the internet. Just think about how appealing it would be when people start sharing testimonials like, "I got the brain interface chip, and my income went from $50,000 a year to $5 million a year." Don't you think people would be lining up to get it? Let me be clear. I am not saying that this is the mark of the beast. However, I can understand why some people believe it could be the precursor to it. These innovations undoubtedly hold significant allure. Technology, in general, is a wonderful thing. It's because of technology that you're able to listen to me right now. But we must recognize that technology has a powerful appeal. Innovations such as advanced biometric systems, artificial intelligence, and digital currencies offer incredible convenience and efficiency, which could make them attractive on a global scale. However, it is crucial to recognize that technology itself is not the mark of the beast. The Bible makes it clear that the mark of the beast is not merely a tool or invention, but is tied to a deliberate act of allegiance to the Antichrist and a rejection of God. While technology may serve as a mechanism for implementing such a system, it is the spiritual and moral choice behind the mark that carries eternal consequences. Therefore, as Christians, we must remain vigilant and discerning, not only about technological advancements, but also about the values and beliefs we align ourselves with. Later in the discussion, Joe Rogan and Dr. Strassman explored the significance of 666, the number described in Revelation 13:18. This calls for wisdom. If anyone has insight, Let him calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. That number is 666.
So I think, it's interesting to kind of use that perspective as a way of seeing, where the future is heading.
So the Antichrist is mass media.
It's the master of the lie.
Yeah, mass media is the master of the lie.
Mm-hmm.
Corporate media is the master of the lie. Corporate media is the Antichrist. Corporate media leads us into wars, justifies all kinds of crazy things that we do. We take over foreign governments and install our own puppet dictators and have everybody convinced that it's a good thing.
Yeah, well, the concept of the Antichrist is very old, 2,000 years. You have Christ, you've got the Antichrist.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a God and there's a, demiurge. So it's a notion that has carried a lot of weight for a long time.
For centuries, believers and scholars have sought to unravel the mystery behind the number 666. This number, which is the number of the beast, has sparked endless debate and speculation. Throughout history, individuals have attempted to associate it with political leaders and prominent figures such as Barack Obama, Donald Trump, King Charles, Vladimir Putin, and the list goes on. Each time a new president or influential leader emerges, someone inevitably finds an imaginative way to connect them to this prophetic number, often using calculations, numerical codes, or symbolic interpretations. However, the Bible warns us that understanding the true meaning of 666 requires wisdom, not speculation or sensationalism. The meaning of this number remains profound, and its ultimate interpretation lies in God's timing and revelation. The number 666, mentioned in Revelation 13:18, is more than just a symbolic figure. It is a key identifier of the Antichrist, the ultimate deceiver who will rise during the end times. When the Antichrist is revealed, his connection to 666 will be unmistakable. He will rise to power and demand worship, exalting himself above all other gods. Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. In the 18th verse of the 13th chapter of the book of Revelation, the Bible clearly states that 666 is the number of a man. The Word of God wants you to know that the Antichrist is a man and not an angel. He is a man and not a system. He is a man and not a government. He is a man and not an institution. He is a man and not an organization. He is a man and not an establishment. He's a man and not a secret society. He's a man and not a spirit being. He's a man and not a force. He's a man and not an idea. He's a man and not a theology. He's a man and not a movement or force. No, the Word of God wants to make it clear that when we talk about the Antichrist, we are talking about a man, and what a man he will be. The Bible describes this man as the beast of the sea. This symbolic description of the Antichrist as the beast of the sea reveals a tremendous amount about his nature, his origin, and his character. It is interesting to see that although the Antichrist is a man, God does not view him as a man made in the divine image of God. But rather, God views him as a beast, as a wild animal, under the control of the dragon, Satan. The mark of the beast is coming, and the Antichrist himself will soon appear. Do not align yourself with his kingdom or take part in it. This video is proudly sponsored by Golden Wings Studio. Check out their YouTube channel through the link in the description or the first pinned comment.